Welcome to a powerful presentation, Taiwan KOM cheat sheet. This is all the information you need to know to be a success for you at the Taiwan KOM, any year, any ability, any gender. Let's get to it.
I want the good life, but I don't want an easy ride.
The Taiwan KOM, I've got a bike here. You notice I've got different rims. I've got the lightweight on the back and the YOLO on the front. Just the braking surface is a bit better on the YOLO. And the lightweights definitely aren't as good descending. So I put a bit of fatter rim on the front there. It's a Pragma glycogen climbing bike. All right, we've got some gear ratio tips. All right, so what should you do? You're going to do the Taiwan KOM. You know, what's the plan? Durianrider. You know, what's the deal? We're going to talk about chain rings. We're going to talk about crank length. We're going to talk about a lot of things to give you the best. Got some Dura Ace cranks here. I'll open this box up. We've got a lot of things we can talk about in this video. The Taiwan KOM is basically the Dura Ace cranks there. It's lightweight, not as light as SRAM Red, but it's definitely light enough. And always check your Dura Ace cranks for cracks. They are known to crack around here, so always check them regularly, because they are a two-piece crank. I mean, the bonding, the glue can corrode and they can fall apart. So it's not a bad idea to drop your cranks out. Have a good check of them now and then. First of all, what is the Taiwan KOM? It's a fun race, fun ride, charity ride, group ride, pro ride, whatever you want to call it. Basically, it's put on by some organisers in Taiwan, and they pay a few, pro level riders to come and do it. I think Nibali did it, Jeremy Roy, a few people like that, a few female riders, Emma Pooley, etc. come out. They get flown out there to do it. It's about 100 k's, and I think it's about 80k uphill. If you look on Strava, it's about 80k uphill. It's not steep though. It has some steep ramps, but it flattens off. Average speed for the winner, you're probably looking at about 25k an hour for the men. For the women, about 23, 24k an hour average speed. So it's a pretty fast climb. If you're averaging, it's a bit like Norton Summit, which you're going to average, 25k an hour. You're going to do pretty good up there. So you still though, it's going to be altitude. So you're going to be hitting some steep ramps. You want to have some easy gearing on your bike. So if you go travel all that way, and you don't have a big cassette on the back, or you don't have like at least a 30 on the front, I'd recommend a 30 on the front for KOM, and at least a 32 or bigger on the back. If you don't have that, if you're just using a standard chain ring, you're really going to be losing time. You're going to be suffering. What's the point of traveling all that distance to suffer on a climb and lose time because you didn't spend 50 or 100 bucks or 200 bucks just changing out a cassette or some chain rings? What's the point? We're putting all that work in there, and then just you hit the steep ramps at altitude, you're slowing right down, you have to grind, and the guys and the girls who've got better gearing than you just go straight past you, and then they're not even as fit as you, but your gear choices made you go slower. All right? All you have to do is just go up a steep climb in a hard gear, and you realize how stupid that is really. We want to have at least a cadence of at least 80. If you can't hit 80 cadence on your favorite climb, then you need to change your gears. All right, you need to put a small chain ring on the front and or a bigger cassette in the back. If you see a lot of athletes I coach, you see the mountain bikers. This is a mountain bike cassette. We put this on their bikes. You saw Big T Torish, I think she's doing the KOM, and I put a cassette on her bike, and that's one of the things why she rose very quickly, because she always had cadence. All right, so big cassette in the back, small at the front, and you can go anywhere you want, and you're not limited by your gearing. All right, so this is definitely a hill-specific bike setup race. All right, you don't need a big 58 chainring on the front. You need easy gears as possible. Really, if you can put mountain bike cranks on your bike, that's not a bad idea. If you can put a mountain bike cassette on the back, it's not a bad idea. But ideally, I'd recommend the absolute black 30. Just put this on there, and a 32 at the back, and that should be okay if you're really, really fit. Otherwise, I'd put mountain bike cranks on your bike and put a mountain bike cassette on the back. Otherwise, why suffer? Why suffer? Why suffer? Why suffer? Why lose time because your gears are too hard and you can't hit 80 cadence? If you're not riding at 80 cadence and you're really trying to push, you're losing power, you're losing time because you're increasing your fatigue metabolites, making it harder than it has to be. It's like I can take this hat off and have my, have no visor on like that. I can't really see. Where's the camera? Why make it hard for yourself? Put a visor on, have clear visibility, put the chain rings on your bike so you can spin to win. This bike here, I've got a 30 on the front, 46 up top. On the back I've got a 32. I'm flying like climbs on this bike. And anything steeper than that, I'd probably put a bigger cassette on the back, like a 36, maybe in a 40. If I was doing KOM, Taiwan KOM, this should be enough for me. I probably might put a 36 in the back, Might put a 36 in the back. It depends. It just looks like there's some steep ramps. The average speeds are pretty high, so it's a bit like Doington on, so this would be fine for me. If I'm racing it, I'd go this. So it would take me, the winning time up the climb is about 3 hours 10. So it would take me probably about 3 hours 30, 3 hours 40 on a good day, with no EPO, nothing like that. And there is definitely people using EPO in the race. That's just anything because there's prize money there. And EPO you can't get caught for because the tests don't really work. It's half hours for life. The half life is 4 hours. So if you get caught with EPO, you're a bit dumb. But anyway, I wouldn't recommend using that just for a bike race unless you're like have to win for pay your mortgage or whatever. But also another tip is it's going to be an altitude for a lot of people. So using stimulants or painkillers. I know I had an associate called Sam. He did the KOM a few years ago. He's from Melbourne, Australia, and he took a lot of pills, and against my advice, and he really cooked himself. He should have done a lot better. He overdosed on pills, essentially, ended up in an ambulance on oxygen. So don't take pills, kids. All right, just do it full nutty bra. I've been at altitude at Mount Baldy, stuff like that, at the very, very top of Mount Baldy, not the car park, but at the very peak of Mount Baldy. And you want to be clean, really. You don't want to be on any painkillers or caffeine, because if you're not used to breathing at altitude, then that can really send you over the top and create some issues there mentally. So I wouldn't recommend. I'd recommend to do it as natty as possible. Nothing, no stims at all, not even caffeine. The only thing I'd recommend using would maybe be salbutamol asthma puffer if you had some breathing issues. That's the only thing I'd recommend, because that stuff doesn't change your mental state really. But using painkillers like tramadol, I don't recommend that. It can make you numb to the altitude effects, which can be very, very dangerous. All right, very, very dangerous. So bike setup, I'd recommend 25mm tires. Make your bike as light as possible. Food wise, I'd take in 100 grams per hour. So let's say it's going to take you 4 to 5 to 6 hours, then I'll be taking on 100 grams of carbs per hour. What I would do would be having 2 water bottle cages, have one with about 500 grams of sugar in it, put water in there, and then have that one. I think there's aid stations there as well, but let's just say there wasn't. I'd be having 100 grams per hour, so it'd take me 3 to 4 hours to do the race. I'd be taking at least 400 grams of carbs, and every 20 minutes have a big slop of that sugar water goo down the back of your throat, and that's basically us. All the best runners and cyclists in the world are just sugar water. They're basically living on sugar water. There's this thing out there called Beta Gel or Beta Fuel from SIS, or that Martin sugar stuff, but it's basically just overpriced table sugar. Save your money, in my opinion, and just use table sugar. That's what it is. It's just glucose and fructose, sucrose, aka. So just use that from the shop. So it will cost you, nutrition on the day, on the actual race day, would cost you about 50 cents. A kilo of sugar is about $1. So if you're taking half a kilo of sugar with it, it's about 50 cents of food you need for the KOM. 50 cents and you won't bonk. If you consume 50 cents of sugar from table sugar during the Taiwan KOM, you will not bonk, you'll be fine. Water wise, depends on the day. If it's hot or raining or cold or whatever, you basically want to be stopping at least once or twice on the climb for a pee if you're properly hydrated. If you're not, then you're letting your blood plasma drop a little bit too low. So I'd say, you definitely probably want to pee at least once, or be holding it on to the very, very top. All right, so these are just things that people overlook. They focus too much on how light is my frame, but meanwhile they forget the gearing. I mean, this is probably the lightest chainring in the world. Absolute black 30. This is lighter than anything Shimano or SRAM make. So, and it's stiff. It shifts really well as well, because it's so stiff, because it's so small. It just shifts gears really well. So I recommend that. if I was doing it, I guess you have to run a big ring for the flat, don't you? But you know, if it was just straight up, I'd just run one chain ring. But you do that little flat section. So if you are racing it, then 2 chain rings is going to be better. But if I was, if I was going to be doing it, I'd suss out even if I need another chain ring. I'd say you'd would at the start. Depends how fast they go at the start. If it's neutralised, I mean, it should be neutralised, because if they're racing full gas in the flat, it can be a bit dangerous for the noobs that'll be out there. That's the deal. Taiwan KOM, the gear selection. Have you done Taiwan? I can't even speak properly. Have you done the KOM? Let us know down below what gearing you use. Let us know on, maybe link it down below your Strava ride you did that day. You can go to Strava and you can see that it's a climb that goes up, flat, up, flat, up, flat. It's not constant. It's like, up and down, up and down. And when I say down, I mean flat. So it is much like doing to non, just a bit longer. It's about an hour longer time-wise than doing to non. So if you do doing to non in say 2 hours 20, you're probably going to be doing the KOM in about 3 hours 20, the climbing section of that. This is going to be the best video out there for tips. This is the rule for any cycling endeavor. Have the gears let you have at least 80 cadence. If you're under 80, then your gearing is poor selection. You've been sold the wrong gearing. Your team mechanic has no idea, or your local bike shop has no idea. You want to have, no gear regarding gearing. You want to have at least a gear selection where you can hit at least 80 cadence on the climbs when you're going full gas. All right? So that's my tips for KOM. Gears, every 20 minutes have a big glob of sugar in your mouth, and then rinse it with some fresh water, and that's it. And pace yourself. Use a power meter. Use a power meter. So what power can you hold for 4 hours? Then that's the power you should be riding at. So let's say you can do, let's say someone like me, I could probably do 250 watts for 4 hours. I'll be climbing at 250 watts, which is very slow. If I went out today and went up Northern Summit, 250 watts is quite slow, but for 4 hours is quite impressive. If I could do that, So you got to go calculate how much watts can I hold for 3 hours, 4 hours, or 5 hours, and that's what you ride at. You don't go above that, you don't go below that, you just hold that. You hold that approximately 10 to 20 watts up and down. Variances there, and there you go. That's how you do it. That's your pace to success. But what you're going to do, you're going to see a lot of people go to KOM. They're going to hit the first ramp at 300 or 400 watts, and their average watts is going to be like 150 or 200. And then they're going to blow up, and then they're going to be grinding on their $10,000 bike, and then they're going to be walking in their road shoes, and then they'll be going trying to do keto, and then it's like, oh my god, I need another caffeine pill, another painkiller, and then it's going to fucking hate the experience. And they're going to get to the top and go, oh my god, I'm never doing that again, that was so hard. It wasn't hard, you just made it hard. If you pace the power, if you have your carbs, your sugar, refined sugar every 20 minutes, if you drink enough water so you're never thirsty or dry, and you're pissing every 2 or 3 hours, and you're looking up the road, paying attention and breathing, and you're not using painkillers or stimulants, you're going to have a really pure experience, and you're going to feel very magical at the top. You're going to have a magical day the next day, you're going to sleep really good that night, and you're going to give yourself a really healthful experience. Alright? Bike racing is inherently dangerous, crashes and stuff like that. KOM, very, very safe because it's uphill mostly. But a lot of people just abuse the pills and drugs, like my associate Sam in 2016, I think it was, taking all these pills, just abusing his body. For what? For a bike race? Like, nah man, that's no good. So he ended up in an ambulance and had a bad experience there. So do it full natty bra. If you need an asthma puffer, that's okay. It's not going to change your state too much. But otherwise, that's what you should take on these altitude rides. So you get that full, pure, peak experience. Alright? Done. You got any questions? Hit me up down below. The Taiwan KOM challenge video, done. This is an evergreen video. It's a classic video. It's relevant forever for any bicycle event, uphill, whatever. Gears, carbs, pace to power, no stims, no painkillers, attitude of gratitude. See you on the road.